Hey Val,
Yes.
the doctor is in, and you're the doctor today, girl, because Mo's not here with us.
Oh, wow. I get to play a doctor.
You do. We get to play doctors on Facebook today, but we're
Yes.
here and we have a great show. We have a great show with our really, really good friends from Unite for Her. But let's give a little background before we introduce our illustrious women with breast cancer, Black women with breast cancer. Our friends, Lakia and Tiffany. So we've embarked upon this mission to advance science for Black women with breast cancer, and we are, on this crazy, crazy ride to do all the things we can to get more Black women into research, so that we can help pharma develop better drugs to cure our disease. We now have all this data that's showing our disease is different. We get it differently. We have different side effects. We have all these things, and we need better science, better drugs. And the only way we're going to do it is to put our bodies in the research. So When We Trial has been doing great. So last year in 2023, we signed up 15,584 Black women for clinical trials.
Amazing.
Which, I'm really proud of that. We should be really proud of it. I am,
So proud of that.
But it's not enough. It's not enough. We have to do more. And it also just shows the need for it, because it keeps happening. So even what's today? Today's whatever, January 24th.
22nd.
Yeah, 24th, because we're going to air on the 24th.
Yeah.
24th. 24th.
You know what? I'm going to
You were
start
right
over.
the first time.
Wait. You know what? Wait, I'm going to start over again because. Hey, Val.
Hey, Ricki.
The doctor is in, and guess what? You're the doctor today because Mo's not here.
Oh, I've always wanted to play a doctor, so this is a great time to start.
Well, you're going to be a better one than I am. But we are so excited for this show today. We have our great friend Sue Weldon from Unite for Her, and our lovely, lovely sisters Lakia and Tiffany to talk about some really cool stuff. So, my favorite topic, clinical trials, and so we've been on this movement to advance the science for Black women with breast cancer, and we're on this parade, and it's happening. And so, last year we were able to sign up 15,568 Black women into clinical trial portals. And I'm really proud of that number, but it's not enough. We have to do more. We have to do better. And we now have this growing body of research that's validating that a Black breast cancer cell looks different from a white one. And we need better drugs. We need better drugs. And we need to help pharma make those drugs for us. And so how do we do that? We have to get more Black women into clinical trials, and we have to keep them in the trials. And so, so we're starting Touch Care. We started Touch Care really in September, where we're working on one trial. Now we're working on several trials, but we basically are kind of using you as our awesome fairy godmother, right, Val? And so that's what I call you, our fairy godmother. But so we basically are starting with a trial. When a patient gets interested in a trial, the company gives us her phone number, and you call her up and you basically talk her off the ledge.
Absolutely.
Right? You can speak to, explain the informed consent. That horrible document of 30 pages that scares everybody to death. You explain it to their mamas and their husbands and their daughters and their kids and their grandmas and their dogs, whoever, so everybody feels comfortable. Yes. And then we provide non-medical services to support the trial, to keep them happy. So you talk and tell them what you're doing.
Ricki, I was thinking about this. I think the beauty of it is that we are available like 24/7, but it's typically after 5 p.m. when all the questions start, because after 5, everybody knows that the doctor's offices are closed. It's the on-call person who may or may not know you. But for that person with breast, they get to call me, the navigator, the community navigator, and I get to walk them off the ledge, connect them to resources that are in their community, but they just didn't know about it. And they were worried about so many other things. Of course, they didn't know that something was around the corner or 2 blocks down the street. So me, their fairy godmother, gets to connect them with all these wonderful resources. And I couldn't be more excited about this, because I really think that this enhances this journey. So it's not so frightening and they don't feel like they're alone. And I'm beside them to help explain it to the dog, the cat, the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, whomever. You know, I've learned all these languages, dog languages, cat languages, so that everybody in the family kind of comes together around this person and gives them the support that they so rightfully need. So this is a really exciting time for us.
Yep. And then we have Sue, right? So
Yes.
I'm going to let Sue describe what she brings to the table, but we've worked with Sue, you know, for a few years now on the amazing services she provides. And so this is just going to help our women stay in our trial. So Sue, we love you so much. So talk about
right
what you're
back at
bringing to the
you.
party.
Yes.
Yeah, I just feel like this, you know, perfect partnership, because we have been talking about integrating the Unite for Her program treatment plan. And that, you know, with you there, Val, being able to usher them into the program and give them and alleviate their fears, and then be able to say, oh, and by the way, we have a partner in Unite for Her that is going to allow you to get access to integrative care. What is integrative care, right? Think about $2,000 worth of services and therapies that will help you do better on treatment.
Wow.
That will help you mitigate your side effects and symptoms. Think about, you know, oncology massage or medical acupuncture or fresh food sent to the home.
Yes.
We know that we have a lot of people who have to abandon treatment because of food insecurity, or they're not able to put the basic needs. And the fact that we could send 6 weeks of vegetables to the home or $75 gift cards, all coupled with a nutrition consult from one of our 4 registered dietitians, this is just this beautiful leg up that they will have when they enter into the clinical trial to do better on treatment. And the fact, you know, we were together at SABCS and we were cheering you on with your poster, Ricki and Val, and we had the same, you know, we were honored to be able to present a poster last year and this year, but we had a poster on 139 metastatic breast cancer patients that gave data around with the Unite for Her program. Our community was able to stay adhere on treatments better, 94%. 28% were able to eliminate at least 1 or more prescribed medications because they had access to this program. 80% were able to help their side effects and symptoms become lessened because of the Unite for Her program. So I am so glad that we could come together in this way and then monitor our community and monitor and see how are they doing, right? Are we making a difference? Are we helping them stay on treatment? Are we helping them emotionally and physically to do better and have good quality of life? It's one thing to stay on treatment, but to have good quality of life during that time. And, you know, you always say, Ricki, you know, it's another birthday, it's another celebration, it's another marriage, it's another, right? Like we want to see that, right? And those days are the days that mark life, right? They're the days we all just count our blessings for. And I am so excited about this partnership that we are kicking off here, and I could not think of a finer partner than Touch and When We Trial, and now Touch Care. And we always say that, you know, it is a collaborative approach. We have to do it together. Our nonprofits together, our pharma partners together, our medical community together, and this is an example of all of that. So A+ to both of you for bringing us all together.
No, I think it's perfect marriage.
It is. And Ricki, you know, you always talk about when someone's on a clinical trial, I don't think they know all of the attention that they get, you know, all of the surveillance, all of the tests, all the everything that they get. And now with Unite for Us, it's all of the
Unite for Her,
the nutrition, the
I like us too.
Supportive care. I mean, they get like top-notch care of everything that you can imagine. Like, who wouldn't want to be on a trial?
We have 180 providers in the different areas of specialties. We have 4 registered dietitians that are right at your call. We have one that speaks fluent Spanish and is a native to the Spanish culture. Knowing that we can represent and align in a way that's authentic, and we pay their bills, right? So we're going to pay their bills, and you're going to introduce us to them and usher them through that, you know, they really do have access to this type of care. And I know we have 2 incredible women right here today with Tiffany and Lakia, who were a part of the Unite for Her program. And their story is much better than I could ever try and attempt to tell. but that's what makes the difference of
Yeah.
quality of life, living life, you know, not just trying to get through, right?
Make it through.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
being in a trial where you could save your life, that you're using a drug that you're using the best science we have. And you know, when I think about our TNBC sisters, this is the best medicine we have. These trials are the best medicine we have. And we know we have better outcomes and a better quality of care, as Val had talked about. So Tiffany and Lakia, tell us a story. Like, you know, did you spend $2,000 worth of stuff? Did you think about it. Like, yeah. What?
Well, I think from my perspective, being a soul sister that is metastatic, and Sue didn't even mention this, but I'm able to re-up on whatever the services that I need for the rest of my life. And to me,
say that again.
Okay, so I can re-up on my services, right? Sue has a lovely passport and I'm in Delaware, so I can continue to access the different services that I find are beneficial to me, right? Because all of us are different. And so the menu of offerings, you really can pick and choose, or you can even try something new if you're, you know, not sure what your body does need. But for me, like I said, having metastatic cancer, it doesn't run out. Right, I can use my passport, and 6 months down the road, if I want to re-up on something, that is still available to me, again, at no cost to me. And that says,
yes,
that is, and when Sue said it, right, when I went to my first wellness day, I said, these people got to be crazy. What are they? How are they able to provide? And it's not BS stuff. Like, it is legitimate items, fresh fruit. I fell in love with the dietitians because I love to cook. Cooking is a part of my healing. It's a part of me living with cancer and not necessarily cancer being the forefront. I learned some amazing things about how I can transform some food that my family loves in a way that is non-threatening, right? Everything about the diagnosis process and I went through the process in COVID, so that already is very isolating. But to be welcomed, even in a virtual space where Sue has authentic people show up and they share in their different wellness practices, and you can pick what menu works really, really good for you. And for me, I can continue to re-engage and to re-up on the things that work perfectly for me, but always having those items at my fingertips, right? And again, these items are not, you know, they are high quality stuff. Like a cure is high quality, right? Getting farm to table veggies showing up at the doorstep is high quality. Getting an oncology massage or learning how to perform Reiki, which helps with your mental health and helping to focus and cut out the noise when you're going through this. Learning those skills, having access to these specialists, right? Because it's not some run of the mill. These people have to be certified in what they're planning to offer, and they have to know how to do it with folks that are going through this process. So it's really specialized in the amount of care that goes into picking specialists and saying that, yes, you can offer your services to my folks, right? Because Sue holds us hostage, right? If she loves you and you're going through this process, she's not going to give you just anything. If she doesn't want to do it, if she doesn't sign off on it, it's not going to be offered. So I could go on and on. Sue knows how much I appreciate just the offering, right? What do you need outside of going to the doctor, right? What do you need to get you out of the bathroom because your medication is that harsh? Or what can you do just to relieve some of the stress? Do you want to try a massage? Do you want to try Reiki, which is working on your breathing and really focusing? You can go get counseling, right? And kind of help you process. I'm a mom, and having breast cancer like tore me up. I needed somebody else to talk to. And those services are there. So like I said, I'm gonna pass the mic to Tiffany because I'm sure she too has something amazing to say. But to be able to, and I'll move on, to be able to offer this immediately to folks going through a clinical trial.
Exactly.
Sue and Ricki and Val, it is amazing what you're going to be able to offer these women.
Yes, definitely.
Women and men, it's unseen, it's unheard of what you ladies are doing, and I'm so excited to be a part of the process. You all are changing the way clinical trials is accepted in the Black community.
Sure.
You're changing it, you're making it a high-end, top-notch opportunity for women of color to be a part of the conversation, to be a part of what needs to change. And if you're not in it, you better not complain, right? You can't complain about how bad things are if you're not willing to invest to make them better.
Yes.
So rolling out the red carpet with Unite for Her and doing the touch care and having Val, who has over 20 years of experience in the medical field around this work specifically, who doesn't want to sign up for a clinical trial?
Exactly.
Sign
Exactly.
All
right.
Exactly. Like, it's something so new and pretty.
Yes.
I love it.
And done so well. The human is so important in this process. And you guys have put the humanistic qualities back into this like nobody else. I'm glad to be a part of it. Give me the t-shirt. Tell me who you want me to talk to.
Exactly.
Tiffany, I'm passing the mic. I'm shutting up.
I understand.
If I was in church, I would be screaming about Mr. Calling Girl.
Right up the aisle.
We can dance it out. Like this is unheard of.
It is. It's really exciting. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Well, I feel the same way, Lakia, about Unite for Her. I mean, I talk about them all the time. And, you know, for me, when I found out that that we could get 6 weeks of free vegetables, I was like, what? Like, get out of here. Like, delivered to your home, you know, or maybe a block or two away from your home. It's just amazing to me. Definitely love the nutritionists. I feel like they're family. And even though I'm not in the wellness program anymore, I still get on and do the live cooking classes because, you know, even when you're going through the treatment and you utilize all the services, but even after treatment, there are things you still need because, you know, people think, you know, you get breast cancer or any cancer for that matter. And when you're done treatment, everything is done. And that's not true. You still have side effects and, you know, all the mental things that you deal with. And so everything that they offer is just simply amazing. Like I said, I still do the live cooking classes and I love the Her speaker series because I'm somebody that loves to learn. And so to be educated consistently really helps, I think, as well, you know, with your own mental wellness and you know, going through your treatment and really understanding. And it also keeps things positive too, because you get to see what's going on in the breast cancer world. And, you know, it gives you hope, you know, of the things that's coming in the future. And I certainly love the oncology massages, and I still get them to this day. Never even heard of an oncology massage. Of course, we know what a regular massage is, but I didn't even know anything about that. So I love the oncology massages. And I heard about Reiki before a long time ago, but never really did it. So just to be able to, you know, get services that maybe you heard of, maybe you didn't hear of. I think is just, you know, really going to help people when they go through the clinical trial. Like, that's just so amazing to bring those two together with Unite for Her and the clinical trials. I know for me personally, not only did Unite for Her help me get through my treatment, but it also helped me get through my husband's treatment, you know, because I learned about so many, you know, he didn't have cancer, but he had a stroke after, and, you know, because of Unite for Her's collaboration with you, Ricki, and Touch, and collaboration with other organizations, you know, I'm able to be a part of support groups that really help me get through dealing with having triple negative breast cancer and, you know, learning more about that. I was familiar with it. I heard it before because unfortunately I lost a friend many years ago from it, but I didn't know all the details about it. And so, you know, I was in the middle of grad school when I got my diagnosis. And
Wow.
the interesting thing is when I got the diagnosis, I was like, I don't have time for this. Like I'm in the middle of school, you know?
Right,
And the nurse on my
For
job said,
sure.
who has time for any period, right?
right. Nobody
Right.
does. None of us do.
Right. And so
Wow.
it really helped me just get through. And I learned about other organizations where I got more support from.
Mhm.
And so that's why I believe in the collaboration, because for me, I learned so many other things. It helped me. I was able to get through school. I actually changed my paper that I had to write on triple negative breast cancer in women of color with a focus on clinical trials. So the
Wow.
clinical trials
Wow.
is
Mhm.
was a big focus
Mhm.
of mine
Wow.
when
I didn't
I
know
was
that,
in,
Yes.
Tiff. Yeah.
yes, when I was in
Awesome.
grad school. And I wish I could have, got to more women. I was only able to do 20 just because at that time my husband was really sick. And
Mhm.
so, but just to be able to know about the services, utilize the services, help me get through my treatment and my husband's treatment, help me get through school, um, and really focus. And I think that helped me get through school because, of course, I wasn't thinking about breast cancer every day. Right, because I
Right,
was
right,
focused on my paper, I was focused on
right.
school. I didn't have time to sit a lot of times and dwell. And because I got the services through Unite for Her, and because of the collaborations, I mean, I've done things I never thought I would do. So
Right.
talk about quality of life, even with
Mhm.
going through the clinical trial and getting the services from Unite for Her. And then when that time is over, it really benefited me even past being in the wellness program because first of all, Sue
Wow.
asked me to
Wow.
speak. I never speak in front of crowds of people, right? Never. And so that really changed my
Mhm.
future and how I do things because that helped me to be more comfortable around people and helped me to not be so afraid to talk. And I'm a committee member for Independence Blue Cross on their health equity committee. I don't
Wow.
think I would have really thought about it if it hadn't have been for Unite for Her, if it hadn't have been
Mhm.
for all the things that I've learned from Touch and from the other organizations and everything. And it really like geared me up to really want to really help, with health disparities, not just breast cancer health disparities, but just health
Mhm.
disparities in general. And so I think this collaboration with Touch Care and Unite for Her with the clinical trials, it is going to be amazing. And having thou, as
Yeah.
the angel that is going to help people get through
She
the
is.
clinical trials. That's because
Yeah.
people a lot of times have a lot of questions when they're going through the clinical
Mhm.
trial, even though, and I'm familiar with it because of grad school, when they lay out everything, you read everything, but still as you're going through the clinical trial, you start to have questions and
Mhm.
everything. Because when I wrote my paper, those were some of the things that people would say, as they would have questions, and even the research that I read, those were some of the things that women would
Right.
say is having
Right.
questions and being concerned. And so I think that that's going to be great to have our just love Unite for Her and Touch. And for me, when I used to volunteer years ago with another organization, there was no Ricki. And so
Right.
every
Mm.
time I see you working with the clinical trials and going through all these different states, it makes me think of my girlfriend. I'm like, man, if she was here to see somebody that looks like her
Mhm.
Yeah.
fighting
For
Mhm.
for
sure.
us, that didn't exist
Wow.
10 or so
Mm.
years ago. I mean,
Wow.
I've always volunteered for breast cancer. But
Mhm.
my focus was always, get your mammogram, get your mammogram. But
Mhm.
then when I went through my diagnosis, I learned more that it's more than just about getting your
Right.
mammogram, right? It's important,
Yeah.
but it's more than that. And so I just think that this collaboration is just awesome. Really do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're so
Thank you,
excited.
Tiffany.
Yeah,
We're so
thank you
excited.
so much. Yeah, we're so excited. We think it's a match made in heaven, and it is,
Yes,
right?
It
We know
is.
it's God. We
exactly.
For
know it's God
sure.
sent. Well,
Yeah.
this is all of our God jobs. We're all doing our God jobs, So
Yes.
it's
Exactly.
definitely
Mhm.
heaven
Yes.
sent. But we're hoping that we could just make it easier, because it
Yes,
sucks.
Does.
it does.
Chemo sucks, and some of these
Yes.
therapies, they just, and
Are.
frankly, we don't know how we're going to respond, and so And
Yeah.
that's why it's so important that we have data for Black women with Black
Yes.
bodies to show that,
Yes.
guess what, your hands are going to turn Black, or you're going to have a different side
Mhm.
effect. And so
Exactly.
now,
Yeah.
you know, Val can interact with them and say, gosh, this is a great thing. And then here's some tools in the Unite for Her toolbox. I can give
Yes.
you know, push this button
Can
and you have
help.
access
Yep.
to all these things that can help you and help your families.
Yes.
And I mean, one of my favorite things is the potty conversation.
Yes.
Potty talk.
The
I
potty
love
talk.
that. You like that, right? But it
I
is
love
true.
that.
We have so
Potty
many
talk
of
is
our
important.
community has, yeah, they have GI issues that are just debilitating.
Right.
I mean, they wake up in the
Right.
morning and they already are having a mental breakdown because they have to hold a meeting, you know, have lucrative jobs, and they're afraid of how they're going to get through
Right.
that morning. And for us to be
Right.
able to give
Listen.
them nutrition tips and counseling tips and
Exactly.
Yeah.
tapping and just some tools to allow them
Right.
to understand how to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just to help them be whole again. And that is what we're here for, and to
Yeah.
use us all the resources possible. And we always pick up that phone, you know, like,
Yep.
wow.
I know.
Always.
I love it.
Yep.
Always
Yep.
pick up the phone.
Yep.
Always.
Yep. And we know stuff happens after the doctor's office closes, and they're not
absolutely.
answering the phone.
Exactly.
That's
And
when
they
it
don't.
mostly happens.
Right.
It
It
does.
is. Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
my cancer
Well, they're working.
misbehaves. It
People
only
are,
acts up overnight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
After hours.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think also
Sure.
people come home and sit at the dinner table and they start talking to their families. And so they'll say, well, I feel this. Well, why did you tell the doctor? Well, I didn't, you know, and so then the family gets, the husband or the wife get involved and say, well, you know, you should have thought about that at 5, you know, before 5 o'clock. Well, you didn't, because you were living your life. And so now we have
Right.
this, you know, and
Yeah.
Val's there to talk, and sometimes
Yeah.
I think people just want to talk and just get a hug, you know, and
Mhm.
just feel that they're not alone, you know. So I think this is
Yeah.
great, and we have like,
that is key.
yeah.
Yes.
Can you guys just explain like how it works? Like, if I wanted to sign up for Unite for, what is Val going to give somebody, so we can show how simple it
you
is?
got it. So simple. So we actually are going to have a flyer for Val, but it can be as easy as scanning a QR code.
Okay.
And it really is uniteforher.org/apply. That's it. You get on, you actually go through the application. We're going to tag you as Touch Care. We're going to make sure that that's on there so we can follow them. But Val, you'll have to give us those names so we can pull them aside, because we want to follow your patients closely. And then once they receive and they fill that all out, the first entry point is getting that beautiful care box. That care box delivers the wellness program. It gets mailed right to your home. It has $200+ worth of beautiful products that are really good for you, like calendula salve for radiation burns, or you know, your chap lift or nail, you know, your nails are all
I need that stuff
know,
right now.
yeah, just deformed from some of the chemotherapy treatment, and a cure products and the Cancer Fighting Kitchen cookbook. But what's inside of there is the wellness passport. And that passport then triggers the next part of the program, which is good for a year, unless you're living with metastatic breast cancer, which Lakia talked about. And we renew your services, not before, but after 6 months or more. So every 6 months, you can actually renew those services once you go through your $2,000 worth of passport items. The next step for them to do is really to learn how to use their passport. We've actually made it a power hour now, because they were about 2.5 hours. We have acupuncturists talking, we have counselors, Reiki, nutrition, we even do a little cooking demo, but it's all how to learn to use your passport. How can I be strategic with my passport? How do I use it for fitness, which is a 6-month membership? How do I talk to my registered dietitians? Right, and understand how to order, you know, the shares, and understand how to get onto her speaker series. So we go through all of that on this power hour orientation, but we also spell it all out in the box and online. So people really need that extra time to learn how to use the passport, and Val can share with them how to do that. Once they do that, they call a list of providers. We have over 200 that are in our network. Some do virtual because we are nationwide. Some you can go in person if you're in the states of Philadelphia, Delaware, or New Jersey. Others are mailed directly to your home, or you do like a telehealth. So you could do counseling just like this, or sexual health counseling. And it actually had an uptick because people are much more comfortable in their home or in their car, on their laptop or their iPhone, and having this very personal conversation. Once they do their passport and they understand what they want to use, because we know that not one size fits all, you know, everybody's a little different, then we pay their bill on whatever they choose. So once Val gives them the, a place to apply, Val, you might even want to walk them through and just fill out the application for them, right?
Right.
The care box comes, the passport comes, they get to go online, look at the different providers, find one that they feel resonates with them. We have an all Spanish speaking program as well. And then they can actually choose that person, give them a call, tell them I am in the Unite for Her, him or them program. And they know that triggers them, oh, they pay my bills. So the bill never goes to any of the Touch Care participants.
Wow.
They go right to Unite for Her and we pay that bill. And
Wow.
then they're in our community forever though, just like Tiffany to her speaker series, a virtual hangout. She was just in, I don't know, 4 ways to cook carrots we just had, and just all the different things that we do, but it's bringing joy and a place where you can, just like you, Ricki, and the team there, Val and Ricki, you allow people to be seen, heard, cared for, and loved. And that is the combination that we want to then deliver, right? All through this beautiful passport of services. So we are excited about this because we know that it's going to help them have a leg up, help them, they have a tough go ahead. And if we can make that path a little easier, we want to do that. We want to do that.
That's right.
So uniteforher.org/apply. Uniteforher.org/apply.
And I'll put that in the comments.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to wait to be in a trial to do it. You can do it now. Right?
No.
So,
we have it. Yep. We have a program for everyone. So everyone will get into one of our programs. With this particular one, they're going to get into the passport program or the extended passport program. So we've allocated these seats for the special pilot program that we're doing, so that we can really collect some data to show that, we should have integrative care linked with clinical trials, because it's a resource that can help them do better.
Absolutely.
Right. Right. And then we'll be able to go back and show our pharma partners what happened. And we've been really trying to be deliberate about tracking data. So now we have our own portal, so we can see what's happening. And then we have recruits from the trials we're working on, so we can say, gosh, we know this many patients, used Unite for Her services, and this is what happened. They stayed in the trial. They got better. Whatever happened,
they're able to mitigate their side effects.
Had less side
better
effects.
Sleep.
Better sleep. And their families are happier. Anxiety. So all of these things we can start to show some of the data that you brought up in your poster, but basically show how this is improved. Yes, for this community, and really be able to show, okay, this is what works, and this is what a trial requires. It's what a trial requires. And
why not give them the best possible chance?
Right.
Why not give them all the
Right,
tools
right.
in their toolbox that they can use when they're having hot flash or GI issues or, exhaustion or bone pain or headaches or pain. Like they have us and the finances to pay for these therapies that can help them do better without more drugs and prescriptions. And that's where we can, really do amazing work together. So we are ready to get started. I know that you have, Val, some members to pass our way, and we are ready. Yeah, we can't be more grateful.
I love it.
I just think this is just an amazing way to really change how women are supported through clinical trials. And I'm always astounded by when women get on treatment, even my own experience when I started taking what my treatment was and how little I knew how it was going to affect my body, and then how immediately I was searching for things to make the experience better, and coming up empty, right? Like you put in what you're feeling, or you put in the medication that you're taking, and Google is probably the worst place to go for that. But at the same time, when you don't know who to call or where your help is going to come from, Google is right at your fingertips. And I think for women who are going down the road of uncertainty, right, to have a guardian angel like Val, and to have the program that is also heaven sent as a wraparound as you go down this path, one, it's remarkable. I don't understand why this is like in 2024, we're just having this conversation, which is trash. But I'm glad that the powers that be in both of these organizations, as well as, pharma, said, oh yeah, we should we should be supporting that because we want our women to stay in the program so they can do better.
Right.
I'm just excited that Black and brown women who have already questioned about going through clinical trials will be supported through and throughout their portion of what they need to do. It's the only way things are going to change, right?
Yeah.
And this is amazing. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, like, what if this should be how everyone is doing it, not just how Black women are doing it, right?
That's so
You know,
I was thinking the exact
this should be the
thing.
standard of care. For
Exactly.
And this really does level the playing field.
Exactly.
You know, because if you think about it, when I was diagnosed, I had to pay out of pocket for integrative medicine for massage therapist. But even though the cancer center had this like off-site, it still wasn't covered by my insurance. So for people that are underinsured or not insured at all, then they don't get the luxury of enjoying any of this. And nutrition
and it shouldn't be a luxury, right?
Exactly.
It should be a part of the care. It's not.
It should be the standard.
And
you know,
the data will show, I'm already claiming it, the data will show that women with supportive care, women with access without stress to this level of support is something that every woman or a man that's going through this process should have. It shouldn't be I have to sacrifice feeding my family versus paying for the massage, right? I shouldn't have to try to balance that out on my own. I'm already stressed out enough. I'm already dealing with the fact that you told me that I had breast cancer and now I got to fend for myself. But to come here, and again, this should be the standard of care. The data is going to show that this is required and that women do better when they have a support system. We just got to change the game. Touch and Unite for Her has been in the game-changing business for as long as I've been connected. And this is just another step in making sure that we are taking charge of how things need to be for women of color. Like we can't wait.
We didn't pay her to say this. We didn't pay her to say any of this. She just found out about this when we got on the
Exactly. Exactly.
I
totally agree.
that it's came out this way because it's definitely authentic. But this is, go ahead, Tiff.
We're doing the work. We're doing the work,
I was just going to say, because of both of these organizations and the organizations that they collaborate with is the reason why I went to Capitol Hill to fight for Act 235 to get more funding for triple negative breast cancer. Like, I don't think I would have done it if it wasn't for good old Sue, who encouraged me to get up there and talk in front of people. And I've done it several times after the first time.
You're very good at it.
You're very good at it.
And I don't think I was nervous, and everything. I'm like, I never went up to the Capitol Hill to fight for anything, And so, yes, it's it was an amazing day. It was 20 of us that went, and it was to get Act 235 passed. So we're getting there. I think we have maybe like 7 more to sign on. I think we just need 15. So, and that's to get more, research for triple negative. So that's why the clinical trials, anytime somebody's talking about clinical trials, I'm always like game face for it because it's so important.
It's so critical. It's
just so critical. So yes, Lakia and I are pretty hyped.
I know you guys are like the best you're the best cheerleaders. Thank you so much, because we didn't tell them what we were talking about, right?
No.
We didn't tell them.
We just jumped on.
It's always so matters. I mean, I'm young, right? Young at diagnosis. I know that eventually I'm gonna have to subscribe to a different set of medications in order to keep me here. And the only way that those medications exist is if we do this work.
Exactly.
I may not be in a clinical trial now, but I'm damn sure benefiting from the women that went through and said, no, this works and no, this doesn't work. And it has to continue. Cancer's smart. It's so smart. And the medicine has to be as smart or smarter. The only way for that to happen is if this work gets done. But if more women subscribe, if more women participate, and then they're in it long enough to get meaningful data so that you can change things on Capitol Hill, you can change the science for Black women, you can have more offerings of medications for women of color that actually work for our bodies because we've done the
Exactly.
research. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer, right?
Exactly.
Like,
A no-brainer.
Yeah, that's
this
what we
this
feel
should have
like.
been done. Yeah.
Well, you guys, my story about how I think a clinical trial should go, right? I tell about the story all the time, that we have to give Black women a higher level of care. So if I had a lot of money, I would build a house or find a house in every Black neighborhood in every urban city, and say, okay, you walk down the street, you open that wrought iron gate, you walk up on the porch, the beautiful Black grandmother gives you a hug, takes your 3 kids into the playroom, feeds them spaghetti, takes you into the treatment room, sits you in a cushy chair, gives you a blanket that she crocheted, gives you a cup of tea with mint from her garden, turns on
Yes.
Luther Vandross, and gives you the shot,
Yes.
right? So I know that's crazy, but I feel like that's what we're giving her now with Unite for Her. I feel like we're giving her those
Exactly.
creature comforts that are going to make her feel better, that are going to make her feel like she's in a home or be able to deal with stuff in her own home, and leave that treatment center where she may not feel comfortable, and come and be able to get a massage or just like do some Reiki or just even come home and cook dinner with her kids. And so all of these things and all of these things are just price of entry to me, as we're all saying, that this should be something that everybody has access to. So thank you, Sue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just add really quickly? I think the point that's amazing about this wellness box that women are going to get and what they have access to, it's because it's their choice. They're going to choose what they need to be whole again. We're not just saying, you're going to do this and this will help you, and you're going to do that and that will help you. We're saying, here's the options, right? Pick what you need that's going to help you feel whole, or that's going to help you stay with us a little bit longer. Do what's good for you. Try something new for you. It's not what the man said you need. It's what do you think you need? And let's try it, different things out until we find something that works. But they'll have Val to walk through how to mitigate symptoms, and they'll have Ricki and the crew, and they'll have Unite for Her, and those ladies that really have a clear understanding of what works and what doesn't work. And you get to pick. That is the element of picking is so stripped from you when you have cancer. They're going to tell you this is what it is. The choice is no longer yours to fight, right? You have to fight, and this is what they're going to give you. So how do we help you be whole? We give you other choices in other ways.
Right. I love
it.
And we do it in a way that feels good.
Yeah. Also,
Go ahead,
sometimes you don't even know what you need.
Exactly.
Right? You don't know what you need.
Don't even know.
So now you have choice, but you have choice within an offering of things, with instructions that we know what you need, and Sue knows what you need, and she's done a lot of research around what are the things people need. So what you're selecting from are things that are proven things that we know are going to make you feel better. We know are going to solve a problem for you. So you don't really have to think too hard
personality comes into play.
Right.
Like everybody's personality is different. And I always say, like, you might be exhausted and having trouble sleeping. And some people, which is normal during cancer care, and some people might have to go through oncology massage. Others might do yoga. Others might do nutrition and counseling. They all got the same outcome, that they were able to sleep better, but they approached it that worked for their personality. And when they can do that, and they know that this is a change they can make lifelong, then that's really powerful. That gives them control back in a disease
given
they
something
had
back.
lost all control over.
I think the thing that I like about it is that all of us come from the community inside a cancer center to receive care. But when we leave the cancer center, we get to go back out to this community that offers integrative medicine. And that's where our healing is. And so from the place that we came, we can now come back and get nutrition and massages and Ricki,
in your community,
all of that stuff back into our community. And I think that's the beauty of it. We're healed by our community. It really is that whole community of people that surrounds us with, just like you said, Lakia, their expertise, they're trained, they're experts, and they use all of that, and it's kind of like, when a symphony is playing, everybody's on their right key and chord, and it all comes together for this wonderful show. And that's what I think about. Yeah, I think
Yes.
It's a beautiful
and-
song.
and you know,
Yes.
we're giving them stuff that the pharma company can't give them.
no.
The pharma
Mhm.
company can't do this. And so we're actually helping our pharma partners
Exactly.
get more patients
Yeah.
and keep more patients, because this is something they can't do for us. And
Right.
so it's really, and also I love that it's from us, you know,
Yeah.
from women with
From
breast
us,
cancer.
for us,
Yes, right,
from us,
right.
for
For us,
Yeah.
right. That we're women
For
with breast cancer. Yeah. So
Yeah.
wow.
Ooh,
So
this is so good.
so we're
All right, let's
starting
get to work,
ASAP.
right?
Let's go
Let's
to
get
work.
to work.
Get-
Mhm.
Join our trial. If you guys want to join a trial, you know, you know where to find me, Ricki at touchbbca.org. We'll help you go to our portal if you want to get into the trials. We'll also help recommend trials in, you know, with our pharma partners that we're working with. And we want better science. We want better science. We don't
Yes.
want any more Lakias who get breast cancer at 43. You know, we don't want
Exactly.
that. We don't want any more Tiffany's with triple
No.
negative breast cancer like me. We don't want it. We don't want it. And
Mhm.
the only way we're going to get rid of it, you guys, is to take this
Do
on.
this
We have to
work.
do
Yeah.
this work, take it on. And
That's right.
you know, the pharma partners have been trying to recruit for trials for years. And if I see another Google article in my Google alerts about we need more diversity in clinical trials, everybody is talking this talk every day. Talking. Well, we are walking, we are
You're doing the
running.
walk.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
we're
Doing the work.
we're going to keep on running. We're going to be racing
Exactly.
to do this work.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. It's
just
so
look out.
important.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so important.
So
Thank you.
important.
I mean,
Thank you
from a
all.
representative from our community, from the metastatic
Exactly.
community, thank you. Because I want to live, right?
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
We want you
bottom
to
line.
live.
I
Yeah.
want to live. And the only way for that to happen is if we change the medicine so that we can eradicate, we can extend, we can preserve, but doing it the right way with dignity and grace and with love. And y'all are doing that. So thank you so much.
That's right.
I will be a cheerleader from the mountaintops about
Exactly.
any of
Right.
this.
Ah,
It's so
Always.
worth it. It's so necessary.
yeah.
And I love that you all are walking in your purpose. I feel it.
Mm.
I
Of
appreciate
course.
it.
Definitely.
What we gotta do now?
Good.
What we gonna
I
do?
know,
Look how
right?
stronger we are together, right? Look
Right.
how
I
much
know.
stronger we are together.
Yeah.
That's-
You know,
That's the whole
Our-
thing. We have our purpose, you have your purpose, and together, my gosh, look what we can
Right.
do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look
Look what we can do. I know.
Yeah.
You know, our enemy is breast cancer. That's why
It is.
our collaboration is so important, because none of us can do
Exactly.
this alone. We all have to get together and
Yeah.
That's
you
right.
know, fight every piece of this fight. And science is going to be our future. So let's all support it and
Yeah.
get more science.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do it
Yeah.
together. Save us all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Ricki. Thank you, Val.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tiffany and Lakia.
Great.
It's truly our honor
Thank
to be
you.
here. I am excited about this kickoff. Mhm.
I'm so excited.
am
We're
too.
going to kick off now. So, you know, bring it. If you got stuff you
Yes,
want to
right.
Yep.
participate,
This is
want to be in
awesome.
a trial, reach us. We'll put everything
Mhm.
in the comments so you can find how to reach out. But you know, you gotta find us. We're always here. Ricki at
Yeah.
touchbbca.org. And thank you, Tip. Thank you, Lakia. I love you guys.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Love
My
you too.
sister.
Thank
too.
you.
And we're so
Yeah.
glad you're here. And thank you, my sister, Sue. I love you
Oh,
dearly.
you are welcome.
Yes.
Love you too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honored to
I
be
know.
here.
Dilma rock stars.
Right.
I
Good.
love you guys.
Love you
And
guys
Val,
too.
my sister from another mother, right? We just are keeping looking for good trouble everywhere we
Yes,
go, don't, right,
we
Val?
Yes, good trouble.
So-
Good
All the
trouble.
time.
All the time, every day. Okay, what are
Every
we gonna
day.
do?
All day.
All right, you guys. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Have
Bye-bye.
a blessed day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.